Um, I should have known because it's from Coem Press, which does a tremendous amount of, like, South American and translation and Spanish language poetry and translation, but cool book, big book, like, wide-wise. It's a book called Valdivia, translated by Daniel Borzitsky. Um, and something that Cohen Press does in particular is they do, like, the poems in English are all in one part, but then the poems in Spanish are flipped upside down. So literally it gives the kind of visceral reaction of a different book by forcing you to flip something. Again, collection of poems, they're all just numbers. A lot of people don't title their poems these days, I find. Or maybe that's just a trait of translated poetry. Who can say? 23. You have no idea how the nightmares hounded me. From Valdivia, they tracked me everywhere for a long time. I was only 4 or 5 years old. We had just run away. We were living in a small apartment in Quilicura. It didn't have a bed. When we fled, we brought nothing. I slept in an inflatable boat, courtesy of Bayer Laboratories. The boat was red and yellow, decorated with images of spiders, flies, fleas, and ticks in white ink. The boat advertised an insecticide, and its size was just right for me. The nightmares formed a substratum in my head, an incredibly prolific bacterial infection in my unconscious states. My fever shot up when the stuffed dinosaurs came, with their threatening cotton fangs under those hate filled eyes. It was said my father looked for us with dogs. It was said he was a powerful man, that his fury spilled out through the cities, but no one told him we were hiding. In my uncle's house, no one told my father that my nightmares were terrible, that almost every night I would wake up suffocated by a hysterical howl, a vampire's claws, white wormy skin squeezing my neck. I would wake up right after the armies would drop their last bombs in the countryside of my dreams, right after having seen how they shredded those who were my friends, the robots attacking me, burying their swords in my spindly legs and slashing me up from bottom to top, the blades of fear deboning my soul after having seen mobs of cartoon characters coming to lynch me. There was Goofy, Donald Duck, Mickey and Minnie, Tom and Jerry, with their sharp claws and monstrous faces, holding belts in their blood-stained hands. And they would walk towards me until they almost touched me, and they would try to slice my flesh, to split me open, to jam a knife into my skin near my knees. But I would run away because I would wake up, or my mother would wake me up when she heard my screams and she came to take me out of my bed and stick me in hers and change my sweat drenched pajamas. Then I would go back to sleep, but my father never heard this. Perhaps if he would have silenced his dogs, he might have heard me, and he would have come to me. He would have heard me screaming from any of these Chilean nights, and he would have come to me if he would have silenced his dogs. But that didn't happen. I don't know why, but it didn't happen. Didn't happen. Maybe that's best. They say you should never write a poem about your dreams, or you shouldn't write about your dreams because they're only interesting to you. Uh, and I think that is a good beginner rule, a good rule of thumb. Most dreams are not really that compelling to write about. Uh, but damn, sometimes you get a banger of a dream and you're just like, oh, this is going to be a great poem. And I like to imagine that Galo Ghigliotto uh, absolutely knew that their dreams were banger enough to write about, or nightmares, I should say, as it explicitly describes. Um, I won't read more from that collection, mostly because uh, it's just kind of a bummer, like some. Naturally, like reading poetry and translation, you're going to come